And the headlines: Nasarawa records 1 death, 29 suspected cases of cholera. Nigerian Air Force clarifies unmanned aerial vehicle, not helicopter crash in Kaduna. Court dismisses Nnamdi Kanu's suit against the federal government. And on the foreign scene, Sudan notorious paramilitary group loots village as 14-month war takes new dimension. Hello, welcome to News Update. My name is Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news. The Nasarawa state government on Monday said it has recorded 29 suspected cases of cholera in Kokona and Nasarawa Egon local government areas of the state. The Commissioner for Health, Gaza Gwamna, who disclosed this, explained that in the past few weeks, Kokona local government area recorded 19 suspected cases of cholera, while Nasarawa Egon local government area had 10 cases. He regretted that one of the patients in the Nasarawa Egon local government died while being treated in a healthcare facility in the area. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Air Force has clarified that an unmanned aerial vehicle belonging to the Air Force is what crashed in the Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Locals had earlier said it was a helicopter crash that took place in the early hours of Monday at Tami village near Rigachikun. The community is very close to the headquarters of the Nigerian Air Force Air Training Center, Mando. In a statement, the spokesman of the Nigerian Air Force, Edward Gabwet, said it was a UAV and not a helicopter as earlier believed. Gabwet said since it is an unmanned vehicle, there were no casualties on board or on the ground. He added that a preliminary investigation has since commenced to ascertain what may have caused the mishap. In the wake of the incident, a team of Air Force personnel from the Nigerian Air Force Air Training Center and 401 Flying School was said to have cordoned off the scene to secure the area for emergency rescue operations and also investigate the cause of the crash. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Police Force on Monday described as false report that the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Ebotukun, was making moves to prolong his tenure. The proposed amendment to the Nigerian Police Act 2020, the police said, seeks to extend the years of service for police officers from 35 to 40 years and the age limit from 60 to 65 years. NPF clarified that the bill was originally introduced during the 8th Assembly but did not progress beyond the initial stages before the Assembly's dissolution. The police said it was standard legislative practice to review and update laws to align with current national realities. A statement on Monday by the Police Force Public Relations Officer ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi said the tenure of an Inspector General of Police is already prescribed as 4 years, with the President being the sole authority empowered to remove an IGP before the completion of his tenure. He urged the public to exercise caution and discernment when consuming information, particularly from sources known for sensationalism and unverified claims. Adejobi said such misinformation not only misleads but also detracts from constructive dialogue and effort towards meaningful police reforms. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has set up a disciplinary panel to investigate 2 operatives accused of assaulting a woman during a raid in a hotel in Lagos on Thursday. Its spokesman, Dele Oyewale, who said this in a statement on Monday in Abuja, added that the ERAT officers were to appear before the panel on Monday. The officers were cited in a viral video assaulting the staff of the hotel in an early morning sting operation on Thursday. Now, according to him, the Commission Chairman Olukayede stressed that no stone will be left unturned in getting the officers to account for their unprofessional conduct. The Ogun So-Safe Corps has apprehended 3 suspects for buying stolen transformer armored cables worth 9.8 million naira in Opik Estate at the Abara area of Odo Ota local government area of the state. According to a statement by the Director of Information and Public Relations, Assistant Commander Moruf Yusuf, the suspects, Mansirna Usman, 27, Janadu Iron, 20, and Hussein Abdullahi, 20, were arrested on Thursday around 7 p.m. Gonzalez said the arrest was made possible by the core surveillance team who acted on a tip-off that the stolen cables were being sold in the area. Gonzalo explained that the suspect confessed to buying the stolen cables from Mustafa and one other person identified as Minister, who are currently at large. According to the statement, the suspects were arrested with 4 off-cut armored cables, 18,850 naira in cash, 3 Android phones, 2 wristwatches, and 2 unmarked TVs, motorcycles. It added that the 3 suspects and the items recovered have been transferred to the Nigerian Police Force Agbara Divisional Headquarters for further investigation and likely prosecution. There was outrage on Sunday over a United Kingdom-based taxi driver who remained on the federal government's payroll despite migrating to the UK in 2022. Civil society organizations on Sunday said the report was an indication of how deeply rooted corruption was in the Nigerian civil service. President Bola Tinubu had last week ordered a crackdown on civil servants who were still collecting salaries despite migrating abroad. The BBC had on Sunday reported that a 36-year-old Nigerian civil servant referred to as Sabitu Adams, not his real name, who moved to the United Kingdom in 2022, was still collecting the salary of a civil servant. The Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission has announced October 5th for the conduct of local government elections. The announcement came amidst the ongoing local government succession crisis caused by the conflict between Governor Similaye Fubara and the Martins Amwemule-led lawmakers. The governor inaugurated caretaker committees to run the affairs of the local government areas, while the ousted chairman was still laying claims to their seats following the 6-month tenure elongation granted them by the Martins Amwemule-led lawmakers. To avert bloody clashes, the police had since taken over all the 23 secretariats of local government areas in the state, pending the forthcoming judgment of the Court of Appeal. The National Executive Council of the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, has extended the suspension of Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State from the party to December 2024. People's Party Governor Abba Yusuf was suspended in February this year for alleged insubordination. The party's NEC also confirmed that the presidential candidate of the party in the 2023 election, Rabiu Kwankwaso, has been expelled from the party. The expulsion of Kwankwaso was confirmed after the fact-finding committee and the conflict resolution committee submitted their report to the National Executive Council for ratification. The committees indicted the former governor of Kano State of a failed coup d'etat and an attempt to forcefully hijack the party through fraudulent means. They also found Kwankwaso culpable in the misappropriation of over 2.5 billion naira proceeds from nomination forms of candidates, campaign funds, and donations for the 2023 general elections. Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed the fundamental human rights suit filed by the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, against the federal government. Kanu sued the Attorney General of the Federation and the Department of State Service for R1 billion in damages for alleged rights violation. The IPOB leader claimed that the DSS and its Director General violated his rights to a fair hearing by allegedly preventing his lawyers from having unhindered interactions with him while he was being detained in preparation for his defense in his criminal case. While delivering judgment, Justice Omotosho held that Kanu failed to provide credible evidence to sustain his claims that his interactions with his lawyers were interfered with. The court also dismissed Kanu's claims that he was denied unhindered access to his lawyers and that DSS officials eavesdropped on his conversation with his lawyers, which constituted to a breach of his right to a fair hearing. The Kano Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) has confirmed that 25 people have been killed while 53 others were injured in an early morning auto crash on Monday. The incident occurred in the Dangwaro International Market in the metropolitan area of Kano City. The travelers were said to have been loaded in a trailer which also carried cows heading to the southern part of Nigeria from Maiduguri when it collided with another vehicle and somersaulted. Now, according to the FRSC sector commander in the state, Ibrahim Abdullahi, the accident involved a trailer with registration number XA311ZB. The sector commander said that the accident occurred as a result of excessive speed, dangerous driving and overloading, which led to loss of control. 2 persons have been reportedly killed after a passenger bus rammed into a truck along the Shagamu-Benin Expressway on Monday. This is just as 4 other persons sustained varying degrees of injuries, with 14 escaping unhurt. The spokesperson for the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Agency, Babatunde Akimbiyi, said the vehicles involved were an unregistered hobo truck and a Toyota Hiace bus with registration number BEN 823ZW. Akimbiyi disclosed further that the accident occurred due to speeding on the part of the bus driver, which led to loss of control and eventual collision with the truck. He added that 20 persons were involved in the accident, comprising 15 males and 5 females. The trade spokesperson disclosed that the remains of the dead victims were deposited at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital morgue, while the injured were taken to the same hospital for treatment. Bayelsa-born footballer juggler Tonye Solomon, popularly known as the Ball Boy, has broken another Guinness World Record by swimming with a football on his head in Yenagoa River on Saturday. Solomon achieved this feat by swimming with the football on his head for 37 minutes and 23 seconds, surpassing the previous record of 23 minutes and 3 seconds. Trust TV's Friday Ebimobowe Peter has more on this astonishing feat.
Speaking shortly after breaking the new record, Tonye Solomon thanked God for the feat and advised other talented youth to be focused in pursuit of their God-given talent.
Talent is something that you cannot hide it. You cannot hide it. You know, I've been doing this thing for years. Like I said, I need encouragement. When I see encouragement like this, I will do more. Like after this record now, I'm going to walk on top rope. I'm going to walk on top rope while the ball will be on my head. That's my next record I want to break. So because I have so many records to break, so many. So I'm very, very happy. I just wanted to tell our youth and people out there that if you are so talented, showcase it out. The world will celebrate you. But first of all, I want to tell God thank you for today.
A representative of Guinness and the referees, Chukwuebuka Ezoa and Otiti Richman, said Tonye Solomon adhered to Guinness rules during the exercise.
It's an amazing moment today. Tonye Solomon set a new record for 37 minutes and 23 seconds today, swimming across this large river here in Bayelsa State. It's a new record for Nigeria, and we hope when we submit the evidence to Guinness World Record, they approves it on time.
He entered the water, and then steadied himself on the water, then placed the ball on his head, and while doing this, his leg did not touch the ball, neither did his hand or any part of his body touch the ball. So he did that for a record of 37 minutes and 23 seconds.
The Bayelsa State Commissioner for Youth, Alfred Kemepade, and his education counterpart, James Wolimela, charged the ball boy to sustain the tempo.
Bayelsa youths are record-breaking youths. Just want to encourage him to continue in this feat and take advantage of this moment to say we should continue in these very laudable ventures. And to re-emphasize that we are not anything close to all those destructive tendencies that people will want to describe us with. This is what we are, the best of everything we do.
To balance a football on your head just for a minute, then you know what I'm talking about. He does a lot of crazy things with football. He dances with it. He can wear a shirt with it. He can use his toe to keep the ball rolling. So those are qualities that are very, very rare. So when you come across something that is rare, the best as somebody who is progressive will do is to give him all the support. And today we are here to give him the support. And I pray that by the time the Guinness Book of Record will get the record from today, we'll come back with a very positive result.
This is the second Guinness Book of World Record the Bayelsa-born football jogger is breaking. From Yenagoa, Friday, Ebimobowe Peter, Trust TV News.
This is Trust TV News coming to you. Coming up, Gombe Calabash traders worry over craft longevity. More news when we return Tuesday.
Attention loyal readers, exciting news coming your way. That's right. Starting from the first weekend in July 2024, we're bringing you something special. We're saying goodbye to Daily Trust on Sunday and hello to the all-new Weekend Trust. Every Saturday, beginning July 6, 2024, get ready for a richer, redesigned weekend reading experience. Weekend Trust will be your perfect weekend companion, packed with all the news, views, and analysis you love. Missing the Sunday edition? No worries. Weekend Trust will fill the gap and more. And don't forget, you can stay up to date with breaking news on our website at www.dailytrust.com. Mark your calendars for Saturday, July 6, 2024. Weekend Trust is coming out soon and you won't want to miss out. This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
You are welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Let's take a look at our headline stories again. Nasarawa records 1 death, 29 suspected cases of cholera. Nigerian Air Force clarifies on manned aerial vehicles, not helicopter, crashed in Kaduna. Now moving on, the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation (NDIC) says account names, discrepancy in bank verification number linked alternate accounts of some defunct Heritage Bank customers is delaying payment of their insured deposits. The managing director of NDIC, Bello Hassan, who disclosed this on Sunday in Abuja, said the corporation had paid substantial amount to depositors of the defunct bank without BVN account linked issues. He called on depositors of the bank who were yet to receive their insured deposit credit alert to visit the NDIC's website and complete their verification forms for their payment. The management director said the verification would also include depositors without BVN alternate account on payment of depositors with more than 5 million naira with the bank. Hassan said they would be paid liquidation dividend. According to him, NDIC has already commenced the process of disposing the physical building and also set the process in motion to make sure that loans and advances that were granted the bank are recovered. The calabash, renowned for its fruit and bottle gourd, has historically served diverse roles in African cultures, functioning as utensils, containers, and even musical instruments. However, in contemporary times, traditional practices face a threat as more people opt for modern alternatives like rubber and silver containers. Traders of calabashes express concern that this shift not only endangers cultural traditions, but also undermine efforts to pass down essential skills and knowledge to future generations. Trust TV's Hassan Kohli visits Gombe Main Market's Calabash segment and found this report.
The calabash, also known as bottle gourd, white-flowered gourd, or bat-house gourd, holds significant cultural and practical value as a symbol of livelihood for many communities. This vine is cultivated primarily for its fruit, which serves dual purposes depending on its maturity. When harvested young, it is consumed as a vegetable, while mature fruit are dried and utilized as utensils, containers, or musical instruments. Despite its versatility and cultural importance, the prevalence of modern containers is gradually displacing the traditional use of calabashes, particularly in urban areas. The tradition of using calabash is gradually fading away. This is largely due to the widespread use of rubber-related materials, which is indeed a threat to our ancient traditions. For more than 30 years now, I have been crafting and selling calabash here in Gombe and in many nearby periodic markets, and it is obvious that its trading and usage rates are significantly low and alarming, and it is not good for us and future generations. With this development, A series of measures have been put in place to save the tradition from going into extinction. These include passing the craft and trading skills on to the next generation. For the first time, it was difficult for me because many people label this as skill that will only be practiced by old and traditional people, not people within my age range. But gradually, I got used to it. And for now, it is helping me take responsibility for myself and my university studies. I am grateful and will help preserve this for our younger generations. According to the Calabash statement, many ancient crafts are on the verge of extinction, warning that they will only be preserved by having younger people learn the skills. From Gombe, Hassan Koli, reporting for Trust TV.
The governing councils of federal universities, polytechnics and other tertiary institutions will be inaugurated on July 4, 2024. The acting Vice-Chancellor of the University of Abuja, Aisha Mekudi, made this known in a remark heralding her assumption of duties at the institution. A total of 560 individuals were appointed to the governing councils and boards of the federal government-owned tertiary institutions by President Bola Tinubu. In an earlier statement, the Permanent Secretary General Services Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Nnamdi Mberi, noted that the approval was given for the effective management of Nigerian tertiary institutions across the country. And now to the foreign scene. Sudan's notorious paramilitary group looted homes and shops and took over the main hospital in the central city, forcing tens of thousands to flee, residents said on Sunday, as a new front opened in a 14-month war that has pushed the African country to the brink of famine. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces began its offensive against Sudan's military in Sennar province earlier this week, attacking the village of Jebel Moya before moving to the provincial capital of Sengar, where fresh battles have erupted. The fighting forced about 57,000 people to flee their homes, according to the United Nations. RSF fighters in pickup trucks mounting automatic rifles rampaged through Sengar, about 350 kilometers east of the capital Khartoum, over the weekend. Now, according to residents and a local rights group, the looted houses, shops in the local market and took over the city's main hospital, they said. The group claimed in a statement Saturday it had seized the military's main facility, the 17th Infantry Division headquarters in Sengar. However, Brigadier Nabil Abdallah, a spokesperson for the Sudanese Armed Forces, said the military regained control of the facilities, adding that fighting was still underway as at Sunday morning. Neither claim could be independently verified. According to the provincial result released on Sunday, Mauritania's President Mohamed Ould Ghazouani is on track to secure a second mandate after positioning the country as a strategic ally of the West in a region swept by coup and violence. Ghazouani, a former army chief and the current president of the African Union who is seeking re-election on a pledge of providing security and economic growth, obtained 55% of votes from over 80% polling stations across the country's Independent Electoral Commission. His main rival, anti-slavery activist Biram Da Abed, who received 22.4% of votes with a turnout of almost 55%, warned on Sunday against an electoral coup d'etat for the benefit of Ghazouani, whom he said was defeated by voters. Although his opponents accuse him of corruption and mismanagement, Ghazouani remains popular among Mauritanians who see him as a beacon of stability. The vote is taking place in a particularly tense regional climate, with Mauritanian neighbors shaken by military coup and jihadi violence. And now in sports, Algerian authorities have arrested two journalists for publishing a video showing businesswomen protesting how they were treated at a government-sponsored event. Sofiane Guissoros and Ferhat Omar of the news website Algeria Scoop were detained last week for broadcasting material authorities claimed constituted incitement and hate speech. According to a statement from the National Committee for the Liberation of Detainees, the local watchdog group on Saturday, in the video, women startup founders accused the government of humiliating and treating them with contempt at an innovation event organized by the Ministry of Education and Professional Training. The Press Freedom Group Reporters Without Borders has recently down-ranked Algeria on its Freedom of Expression Index to 139 out of 180 in 2024, while decrying the country's pressure on independent media and threats to arrest journalists. Those arrested were released later in the evening. Attorney Mokrain Atlabri, whose journalist brother was among the arrested, said the crackdown on freedom of expression comes as Algeria gears up for an election in September in which Tebboune will likely seek a second term as president. And now in sports, Shooting Stars Sports Club of Ibadan hitman Christian Pabara is set to leave the club following the expiration of his contract in June 2024. Now, according to reports, Pabara will want a more improved deal to keep him at the club. It was gathered that 3SC haven't opened any contract extension talks at this stage, even as many NPFL clubs were keen on the 28-year-old following impressive 2024 campaign. Pabara was directly involved in 26% of the 3SC goals last season, where he scored 10 goals and got 4 assists in 25 games. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news programs and documentaries. Thanks for watching. I am Lilian Ogazi. Bye for now.